Jitske and this is Get Creative, or as how I say it in Frisian, Get Creatief. On this channel I will be making, creating, crafting, all of the kind of stuff that I love. Right now that is crocheting. Right now I'm working on my second project and I am so excited to share my experience. I am already halfway through. I want to make a split sweater like this. So I thought I want to make a simple but not too simple crochet sweater, and I already have made quite some mistakes. So let me just explain my journey. So I started with the ribbing, this part, and I already noticed a dumb kind of mistake, which is what brings me to the type of yarn. I bought two types of yarn, both medium, but both from different stores, which is my mistake, I guess, because this is the yarn I bought, very cheap. This one is from Zeeman, a Dutch clothing store, and this one is from Action, also a very cheap Dutch store. Both are medium. They both have the same category yarn, but this one is a bit thicker, like 1 millimeter, which also made the ribbing of my sweater bigger. Like if I do 40 rows of the ribbing, the black part would be much bigger than the blue part, so that didn't add up because I want the split to be in the middle, and if I do the same amount of rows and chains, the split wouldn't be in the middle. So I kind of complicated things on that end. So I calculated how much rows, how much chains do I need to make for the same size. So I had 3 rows more for the blue ribbing, which is already kind of hard if you're doing your very first crochet project, or second. I did challenge myself, so that is a huge issue as the yarn is not exactly the same. So I am going to look out for the next project. Well, that was my first issue. My second issue was after the ribbing. I did the ribbing with a 4 millimeter hook, which turned out quite okay. But then I started crocheting the one part of the panel with black, and it was so stiff. It did not feel right. Like, it was so stiff. Now I'm thinking it might be the yarn, but also I think I crocheted or way too tight, the tension wasn't right, or I used a hook that was way too small. So I upgraded and I made another test on this one, which is much more flexible and felt a little bit better. So this was with a 6 millimeter hook. So I started crocheting with 6 millimeter hook. I kind of made my own pattern and drawn a sweater of how I want it. I am currently working on this one, so you can see first I made the ribbing, then I made the blue parts, then I'm still making the black parts. I need a few more rows, and that's also pretty straight. but I'm not attaching it right away because the yarn sizes are different. So that's also, I am sewing it afterwards. So I am currently working on my last black panel, but I am also wanting to unravel the first black panel because I don't like it. So that's what I got right now. And let me show you what I'm going to do next. My second panel is done. Right now I folded it over to see if they are the same size. This is one panel. I haven't sewed both colors together, only the ribbing, because the ribbing was kind of the same size. But for the black panel I used 76 rows, and for the blue one 82, so they're same size, but yeah, the blue yarn is just a little smaller. So this is the whole panel. It's like the front or the back panel, I don't know which one yet. They are both the same, but this is quite straight, right? Right, and when we look over here, the black part of the first panel is really crooked, and also I think it is crocheted way too tight, because that one is 76 rows and that one is 88. So yeah, and it curves all the way right there, so I think it is crocheted way too tight. That was the part I did first, so obviously I am a beginner, so I think I was still looking for some tension, and I think I found it when I did that second panel and the third and the fourth. So I don't like it, so I'm going to unravel that first black panel. Alright, the first panel, the black part of the first panel, is unraveled, so now I'm going to crochet it again so that I have a even panel. Now I'm going to sew both halves together with a darning needle. Only the ribbing is connected, and now both of the halves of the front part are going to be sewed together. Okay, the back and the front parts are now done. I'm going to attach the shoulder parts with stitch markers to see what it looks like. Okay, this looks so stupid because it's just like a plate that I put over my head. But yeah, this is what I got so far, and it's now attached with stitch markers up top. But this is what it looks like, my first sweater. So I'm so freaking curious what it's going to turn into. But this is what I've got. So now I'm going to make the sleeves. so this is all that I've got done. Now I just need to sew the sweater together, so that's what I'm going to do right now. At first I'm going to sew the shoulders together. I'm going to do that by single crocheting them together. Then I am flipping the sweater like this and flipping the sleeves like this, find the middle and sew that in the middle right here. I'm going to use a needle for this because this is different yarn. Then I'm going to sew these parts and these parts and these parts and these parts. So that's the only thing that I have left to do after this is making the collar. Alright, I am done with the seaming. It took me quite long, a few hours, I think 2 hours. And I'm done. I have to seam in the ends and make a collar, but first I want to see how the sweater turned out and I want to try it on. Wait. Fits! Oh my god, I did the measurements right. I made my own sweater. It's high-waisted, I mean it's cropped, but you can still wear high-waisted jeans and without, oops, my slipper is open, without too much of your skin showing. It's not done obviously because I have to weave it, the ends or threads showing. But it kind of looks like a real sweater, and this is the first time I made a sweater and I made it up myself, so that's kind of awesome. I'm going to make the collar tomorrow. Bye. Right now I'm finishing my collar and I'm watching a movie, Lord of the Rings. My kitty Herman has come and joined me. It's so cozy. Happy with it. So yeah, that's how I made this sweater. It was so much fun to make. It was definitely a big challenge, but also some parts were much easier than I thought, because I thought it's really boxy and square, but when you wear it, it is just a normal sweater actually, and it turned out so much nicer than I thought for a first sweater, you know? So I am really happy. I definitely have some things that I learned that I want to make different. For example, the collar. The collar is good, but this part is too high. So when I wear it, I feel the middle in my throat, and that's not as comfortable. I can't say the word comfortable. Comfortable. It's not as comfortable when I wear it with this point in my throat, like but also another thing, I want to make this, I want to use the same type of yarn so it's easier to join some types of yarn, and I want to use different sewing technique because you can see some threads are showing, so I want to do that different. And I want to make the waistband a little smaller next time because it's already stretched and it is still too wide. So, but other than that, I'm really happy with the result because it's my first sweater, it's my own pattern, kind of, and I didn't think I could make something like this. So I'm really proud and I want to make a lot of more stuff. So I'm really excited to make next projects, and I want to learn how to knit, so I want to show that in my next video too. So that's kind of my journey with this sweater, and yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you when I post my next video. So bye, get creative.